Hello everybody, this is the first course for the Mobisys programming. What is Mobisys? Mobisys it is an interface for the users to allow them to introduce data into SAP. For Mobisys you have to pay licenses like for SAP, but Mobisys licenses are way cheaper, so let's say it's a quarter or maybe less, let's say 20% from an SAP license. What is Mobisys? You can see here in my bar I have open Mobisys client, where you made a connection with the SAP system. In this case it's an IP address of the SAP host. There is a service name. This is configured on the application server. Some other parameters, and also in MSB you will find what is the connection language, what is the application name, and the client. You have the possibility to add automatically your user and the password, but we'll discuss more about the settings in the next chapters. Let me put here like this the screen. Okay, just a first look in the system. As I said, it's an application is needed here. It's already created, and this side, because I've made some changes, nothing is displayed. But let me change this. So the transaction for the Mobisys application is this /Mobisys/MSB. Let's go inside. Let's put the application name and run it. You will see my application has a main transaction called a main, and inside some screens, 2 screens in this case. Because my application was set to start with screen 2, this screen 2, it's empty, it's just created. That's why I received this message, no components could be found for display. In order to show you that this is the problem, you can see here my demo screen. It doesn't have any component inside. It's an empty screen, so the system retrieved this error message. Let me show you a bit what we have on the screen 1. Let's try now. So by logging in this application, we will have, in this case, this screen. As you see, it's a table where is a material with an amount of 288 pieces. Because I didn't make any events on this screen, so over here there are some buttons but are not linked to any event. We have to get out by pressing Alt and F4. So what is the idea for this first Mobisys video training. Let's see if we can make a list on this Mobisys to show us the materials with the descriptions, let's say for English language or for all languages, and then to show also the stock for each one of them. Let's say it's a bit of MB52, yes. So by pressing the execute button, we will see the material with the stock available. In this case I have 0 stock, but we can add, and we'll see then in the list how it's updated. Okay, so let's get to work. Okay, so we are on MSB Screen Designer, but let's start it from all over. We have it here as the designer. Let me see some configuration, because okay, so we have also here the server name, the server IP address, okay, the user, good. So over here we have the go to SAP. It's searching for all the projects opened. So we need Z02. Okay, so my application is designed for this type of screen. So if you start the client with 800 or 600 pixels, it will be okay. It's the same thing. We have the main, and as I said, we have 2 screens. This is the first one that you already seen with this this table. In Mobisys is MLV, so it's Mobisys list view. You can see it here, the component. So this framework looks like a bit like Visual Studio, for example, but okay, we have only a few components here. It's not like Visual Studio. Let's give it a try. As I said, we have a new screen. So let's edit this screen by adding some buttons in the top. This is the first button. We will put here an escape button, for example, if we want to get out of the screen. Over here, let's put another button. A button for refresh. If we want to see the stock, if the stock is changed, we can press this button. And for example, this button we will use for displaying the username in the system. Okay, so let's put some description. The name is button escape. Description, let's put it like this: escape button. This button, refresh button. We don't put anything inside. And this will have the user. We have to place them events name, So this one we will put individual event. We have some options here to, as you see, logo from MSB. We can put this. We can put individual event, navigation, show a message box. We will see each of these events later. Okay, so let's see, escape, and we'll put individual event. This will leave it like this, because by pressing this it's refreshing the screen. We will talk about how Mobisys is created with PBO and PAI events or transactions. Button user. Okay, we'll leave it like this, and we'll fill it with the proper name. Good. Okay, next step is to add a status bar, because otherwise Mobisys is not able to know how big these buttons are, how big is the screen. So in order to do this, we put a label over here, and we make it this white, and we put it right here. This is a label for status. Over here we can show some messages. We will see how it works. Okay, so let's see what we have here now. So let's go to our application. Let's see, start screen, it's 2. Let's put start screen 2. So will be this one. Let's give it a try. Okay, so as you see, we have the escape button, the refresh button, and another button where we will put the username. As I said, this button, let's see if I change it. So the escape button. Okay, so let's put it logo from MSB. Save it. By pressing this button, we will go to the logon screen. Okay, let's program something. Let me first tell you more about these screens. As you see, there are 2 buttons near every screen. This is PBO, you see the screen here, and this is PAI. You will see also this button here. So, what does PBO and PAI? What means? So, it's process before output, PBO, and process after input. So, before the screen is designed, some interrogations are made, some select from the database, some checkings, and so on. And this one, PAI, it's after the user enter data, the system will will process this event from the user. Let's say user press a button. What happens when this button is pressed? So you will take this event from the user and process it. Okay, so as you see, let's this PBO, you will see it here. It's empty because we just create this. We see what are our options to create the code only between these brackets. If you do something else outside, it will be deleted, because each time it will delete what is outside. It's over here, it's ABAP, so you have to, if you know ABAP programming, you will be able to create also here the programmings. So first of all, I said we will put a name over here of the user. Okay. Oh, just one moment, because it started with the other screen. Let's save it. Nothing was changed anyway. So start screen 2. Okay. Okay. What is first of all, we have to include some macros, some Mobisys macros. Let me see the names. Oh, just save it here. It's MSB macros. MSB macros. There are something default from Mobisys, so we will use this. Okay, so how to put a description on the button? In order to do this, we have to use setComp. Then we have to put the button name. Okay, I missed one field. I have insert. Okay, so option, but like this. Button user is like that. It's okay. My problem is that I didn't generate a PBO and PAI to take the components from the screen. As you see, in this case we have some buttons here, but for this screen we don't have this button to expand what are the components in the screen. So by generating the okay, so over here it says this is not active because I just only saved this without okay, let's try to save and activate. Okay, let's put like this, activate. activated. Okay, so we will have it here. Let's refresh the screen. Okay, so we have the buttons inside. If we go in the PBO, we will see something is changed. It's changed, like, let's see, so it was generated today. Everything you change will be overwritten. So let's give it a try now to do this. Okay, saving, call macro set comp without 3 actual parameters. Okay, set comp. You will see here what is the syntax. So it's set comp, attribute, component, value. So I guess my problem is I don't have this space between the attribute and the component. So let's go back, because okay, it should solve my issue. Okay, object activated. I still have this, but by checking again you will see that is not there anymore. Okay, let's go out. Let me see. Yes, the screen is 2. Log on, and you can see this is my username, and by this simple line, but as you see you have to take care of the spaces, we will have the username in the screen. Okay, next step is to add a grid, this MLV grid, and to add inside the materials and also the quantity. Next step, adding the grid inside. This is MSB list view. Let's say it will be this big. Okay, let's give it a name. MLV materials, for example, MLV mat. Okay, so MLV list. Okay, and we should put also a data element. A data element, how long we will, what are the values inside, how long, how many characters we'll have. So let's say jar 200 will do the job. Okay, save, and in order to use, we have to it's not enough to refresh. You also need to regenerate PBO and PAI to have it inside of the ABAP program. Okay. We'll continue this in the next video because this already has half an hour, so we will meet in the next video.